Good morning. This is Healing the Heart of America. I'm Stephen Wynn. It's Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. And today we're going to be exploring our sacral center, our second chakra, both in terms of our own relationship with the world and in terms of our relationship with our community, with our culture, with our country. And, the way this course has gone, the first week we focused on the dimensions of the heart. Last week we focused on the elements and these 5 powerful energies of the heart. And this week, really till next Tuesday, we'll be focusing on the chakras as the expression of the energetic body of the heart, which is centered in the heart. Yesterday we did the root chakra. And a couple of things I realized I didn't really mention or didn't emphasize so much. And that is the root chakra is really about the mother, our mothers, who's so critical and central to the formation and the feeling of security and having a place to be, and owning a place in this planet or in the family or the tribe. The other thing that I forgot, I just didn't really mention is if you have food addictions, it tends to be a first chakra issue. And that if you will spend time opening up and healing the issues of the first chakra, the wounds of the first chakra, those food addiction issues will fade away. And I'm saying this in the context of the second chakra, which is famous for its distortions showing up as addictions. It doesn't really include food because food is about survival, the first center. Second chakra is about pleasure, fullness, joy, richness of life. And as there are wounds in there that are distorted, we look to other things for pleasure. That's the addictions. And they sort of usurp the natural state of joy and fulfillment of the second chakra. So that's just a sort of an addendum to yesterday. So let's just get started with our meditation here. And with that, let's just sit up straight as we always do. I hope you all don't mind. I sort of do the same routine every morning because we all get used to it and it tells the body and the mind that now's the time to settle down and go inward. So just sort of align your spine, sit up straight, twist and stretch as you need to. Sort of feel that pull up from the crown of the head. And that keeps the spine elongated and relaxes the jaw. And just from that place of feet on the ground, just put our hands on our heart. And just let this ancient posture do its magic. We're just honoring and welcoming the very full presence of our heart in our lives. We may notice over time we can begin to feel that heartbeat pulsing within our chest through our hands. And here, let's just let our hands down when you're ready. Notice how much we settle down from that. Now let's just say good morning to our breath, to our lungs, to our bronchial tubes, our nasal passages. All we're doing is noticing. What's our breath like today? What's our body like today? How are you in your room today? How are you sitting on your chair today? And whatever it is, we just honor it. This is where we are today. There's undoubtedly a good reason for where we are today. And we just accept it, say yes to it. And once we are completely in this state of acceptance, allowing our body to be the way it is, our breath to be the way it is, once we are okay, this state of acceptance is a very powerful state. In a sense, we are surrendering to where our breath is right now. We're surrendering to our body, to our mind, to the room we're sitting in. And in that surrender is very deep alignment with the world as it is. It's a very profound thing to do, to move into alignment. Whether the world is perfect or not, we want to move into alignment with it. Whether our bodies are perfect or not, could we just allow ourselves to be aligned with where our body is right now and just trust the wisdom of our bodies, the wisdom of our hearts and minds, that everything is just the way it should be, even if it can get better. Even if it can get better, we want to start by loving where we are. And once we're there to the degree we can be there, let's start allowing a shift in our beingness, in our presence, in our heart energy. We'll do this by moving into the full breath. Full inhale. And even more importantly, it's a full exhale. Pulling the abdominal muscles all the way back to the spine. Just continue with this fullness to fullness. Full inhale. Full exhale. Full exhale is like that state of nothingness. The full inhale is like the state of fullness. And now we go from nothingness to fullness. Every time we go to sleep, we become nothing in our deep, deep sleep. We wake up, we move into a fullness of this realm. Full inhale, full exhale. And what happens when we fill up with prana, with life force? What changes do you notice in your system? And from here, let's take a moment of gratitude for the teachers that have brought us to where we are in any part of our lives, whether it's just spiritual, or physical, mental, emotional, social. Usually our mother and our father are our first teachers. And I know some of us had great parents and some of us had parents where there's still some assembly required. However perfect or imperfect they were, would it be okay for us to, if not going to a place of gratitude, could you go to a place of acceptance of your parents? Maybe expand that out to your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles. Gratitude or acceptance either moves us towards peace. And then our school teachers, high school teachers, college professors if we went to college, people at work who taught us. Gratitude or acceptance. And then perhaps our spiritual teachers from whatever lineage. Every one of them helped us to get to where we are spiritually. Ideally, we connect the presence of our spiritual teacher behind us through our heart with the world in front of us. Allow their blessings to flow through us. You might just try an experiment. Would it be okay with you to invite the spiritual teacher of your choice to sort of come in front or behind you. Let's do it from behind. And just merge with you. Or you with them. It's rather the same. It'd be okay with you if your hearts merge together. That the teacher might have the joy of a student who will fully express their wisdom and their love. That we might have the extraordinary experience of being that perfect reflection of the greatness of our teachers. It may take some work, some practice to let that happen fully, but that's okay. Just to the degree that it's possible. And you might just pick an ideal. Could you let that ideal infuse into your heart and express into your world? This second chakra that we're working with today, the sacral chakra, it's all about creativity. Would it be okay with us if we took that on every plane, including a spiritual plane, and allowed the creation of the fullness of our spiritual expression? Could we create that in all the work that we do? It's just an intention. There's nothing to do with that. Could we allow the full creation of our spiritual nature? Oh, enough of our full breath here. Let's move into our basic heart rhythm meditation. Inhaling to the count of, I'll say 8 heartbeats. Exhaling to the same count. Of course, use whatever count is familiar and comfortable for you. 6, 10, 4, 12, whatever it is. We just want to balance the inhale with the exhale. The receiving with the giving. And as we balance these two basic energies, receiving and giving, we move into the balance of nature. Giving, receiving in nature. Creating, dissolving. Full breath, feeling the heartbeat. Put your hands on your heart if you need to, or feel your pulse. Simply count if that's more comfortable, until that inner sensitivity wakens up within us. If it's not automatic yet, feel free to use your name for your heartbeat. It's usually a 2-syllable name of some great being, some great teacher, from whatever tradition in the world for you is right. Builds over time this connection, whether it's Jesus or Buddha or Allah, Devi, Rama, Krishna. Abba, Baba, Ama. It just builds a connection at the very deep levels of our heart, where it is very easy to merge with the divine beings. And let's step into our directed breathing just as a reminder. Just start breathing with the energy directly in and out of your heart. The air comes in through the nostrils into your heart, into your chest. But there's a stream of energy with every breath that we just let come directly into our heart. And exhale it back out, still keeping up your basic heart rhythm meditation. Some of you who have trouble feeling energy, I should have mentioned this much earlier, but I have a brother who teaches Taoism. And what he discovered, and what I'm going to teach to you here, is that if you have trouble moving energy in your body, it really helps to move your hands in exactly the direction of the energy that you want. So in this case, you may find as you inhale, stretch your hand way out in front of you, and then pull that energy with your hand in coming also. When it's time to exhale, allow your hand to just spread back out. The energy will follow your hands. If you have no trouble, don't worry, don't bother. But similarly, if you find that we're doing the earth breath, for example, you might take your hand at your heart and move it down, down, down as you're exhaling down into the earth. And then move it up, pulling it up. It gives it a physical expression that helps the energy move until you don't need your hand anymore. So it's just a practice you can include if you wish, if it's helpful for you. So now I want to shift this into a practice to awaken our second chakra. So what I want you to do is, just like we did yesterday for the root chakra, we're going to inhale into the heart and then continue down into your sacral center. It's about a couple of fingers below your navel. And then on the exhale, pull the energy up through your solar plexus into your heart and out front again. So inhale to the count of 8 heartbeats, through the heart down to the second center. Exhale, keeping with the heartbeat, up to the heart and out. And what I want you to do, once you have the basic energy pattern down, is shift that into the water breath, where we inhale through the nose as we fill up that sacral center, and then exhale through slightly opened lips on the exhale. Just like the root chakra was connected to the earth element, The second chakra is connected to the water element. We strengthen the practice by pulling in the water element along with it. This chakra is connected to the kidneys, the bladder, urinary tract. It's connected to all the sexual organs, the reproductive organs. It includes the glands and the endocrine system, the ovaries, testicles. Very, very powerful center. In so many cultures we say water is life. This is the center of life. So now that we have this pattern going pretty well, let's shift it to just what we did yesterday, which is sort of like turn it into a swinging breath with a dip down into the second chakra. It means we inhale from the front down to that second chakra. This time on the exhale through slightly open lips, we exhale, moving the energy up through the solar plexus into the heart, but then back out. And then bring it in into the heart and down on the inhale, and then the exhale. This time we bring it up to the heart and go out, forward on the exhale. Just like a swinging breath with a dip down to the second chakra. We invigorate, we enliven with life all that is behind us, all that is in front of us. Is it okay if we inhale the life of creation, pass it through our heart, enliven our second chakra, put our own personal stamp on this energy, and then spread it back out into creation? It's a way of moving into oneness with all life. This is a center in the body that is famous in Taoism. And we'll talk a lot about Taoism, I guess, this morning. What happens in Taoism is they take sexual energy, Jing, and they convert it into Qi, subtle energy, life force. And all these practices the Taoists do, like the Tai Chi and the Qigong and all this, it's building up this center so that that Qi can be, that Jing, that sexual energy can be converted into Qi, and then it's eventually converted or transformed into heart energy. But notice that in this process, and the Chinese recognize this, in this process, all we're doing is we're taking energy that is sort of given to us at birth in this physical realm and elevating that energy into heart energy ultimately. There's no new energy coming in. And it gets addressed in Taoism. There's a point where we start pulling in original chi, primordial energy. The first time I started working with this center, I had that very distinct experience, the way we work with it. This was not an experience of shifting energy that was already in my system, which is a great thing, do not misunderstand me. But as I pulled in energy from behind me, in Chinese terminology, it's the Ming center. I pulled it in behind me and it was new energy. So could we have that intention that as we do this, we are not merely purifying and refining our energy, which is a great thing, but as we inhale from the back, we are actually opening up and receiving the primordial energy of creation, adding energy into our world, into our experience. This is done both through our intention, through our breath practice, and because we are enlisting the power of our heart. It is the love within our heart that really pulls this energy in from the primordial space. So let's shift now to another breathing practice to enliven and awaken and heal this second chakra. And that is just as in water breath, we welcome the water energy on the inhale through the crown chakra, coming down from on high. Only this time we don't stop at the heart, we fill up the second chakra. And then exhale that energy out through the second chakra into the world. So I'll describe it again. Inhale to your 8 heartbeats from the crown, above the crown, the water energy. Passing through the heart, all the chakras, into the second chakra. Then exhaling out the front, the second chakra, into the world. Just continue this. We're pulling in the energy of water into our second chakra, washing out any wounds in that second chakra, and then spreading our creative force into all creation. It's the giving and the receiving again. We inhale, pull in this energy just like the water breath, and then you exhale. It's like a tree or a plant pouring out thousands of seeds, spores, whatever, out into the world. Inhale again. Is it okay as we do this on this exhale that we allow our sexual magnetism to develop? And I can feel my own resistance to that, like it is somehow unsafe and impure and sinful to develop sexual magnetism. So pulling this air coming down, Can we just discriminate here a little bit? Are we not given this power? Are we not born with it? Perhaps we shut it down. Perhaps we did not receive enough nurturing to allow this chakra to develop. Could you allow it to be a pure process, totally in alignment with your divine plan for your life? A tool to help fulfill the desires of your heart we were born with. Welcome up that energy, or down that energy into the second chakra, and just open it out. When this center is open, we are filled with joy. We are filled with creativity. We're filled with life. So think back to someone you have met over the years who just exudes life force. It was just magnetic. They walk into the room and you go, oh, would it be okay with you to have that magnetism, to have that life force? And all the while, your deep common sense and the deep wisdom of your heart allows you to express it safely in an uplifting manner. Inhale that energy down. Would it be okay with you as we pour this energy out, that we pour out such purity that no one dares challenge or assaults this great magnetism that we have? I know we've all seen people walk into a room filled with sexual energy, and it's like a shock almost how much sexual energy they have. I'm not speaking of that. That's actually a distortion of your sexual magnetism. Speaking of, pull it in, pull the energy down and out. Walk in such purity of heart and such magnetism that the world, not just people, but all the energies of the world gather around to help fulfill your desires. Because in that assistance, they attune to a higher energy and grow themselves. Would that be okay with you? That we do this as a way of sharing and teaching what a strong, powerful sacral center functions like. Would that be okay with you? And I'm getting, because it's moving in me, just shifting. Let's just come back to our second chakra. At this point, we've pulled in the heart enough. I want you to inhale from the back behind you into your second chakra. And then exhale that energy straight out into the world. pulling in energy from that original primal source field of energy, pouring it out into the world. Inhale from the back into that sacral center. Exhaling forward. When the center is alive and well, we are filled with initiative. The right kind of initiative. When the center is weak, we have no initiative. When the center is distorted, we have the wrong kind of initiative. This is a center. Just keep breathing, pulling it in, letting it go forward. This is a center when healthy and strong, a proliferation. We spread out. We share, we give, we create. When the center is weak, we're missing energy here. We are stifled. Stifled. When it's perverted, we're not discriminating with what we do with our energy. Could we allow this quality of discrimination to rise up within us? How we use this energy. We easily find pleasure when the center is strong and healthy. Easy to find pleasure. When the center is weak, we're hard to please. We feel like we've been abused. Is it okay with us if we allow any sense of being abused just to start to heal? We don't have to go through everything in deep manner right now. We just set that intention. Could we allow any abuse to be washed away by this beautiful, pristine water? When this energy is distorted, we become hedonistic, pleasure-seeking. This energy, when healthy, gives us the joy of life. We're fun to be with. As opposed to a weak center, we're dreary and lacking life. Constrained, we're timid. When this center is distorted, we actually become a bad influence on other people. And one last quality, strength, weakness, and distortion. A very full center here. We're very creative, very imaginative, quick to adapt, very flexible. As opposed to being with a weak center, we just go into a panic with the unexpected. We freeze. We can't do a thing with it. We can't handle it. And in a distorted center, we do a lot of excessive risk-taking. Stupid risks. There's risks with huge payoffs, and we want to take those. But stupid risks we don't want to take. So here we are. Just feel your sacral center. Get a sense of the power of the center when it's alive and well, contrasted when it's not so much, or when it's distorted. all the addictions, not the food. Food is the first center addiction, but pornography, computer games, television, all these other kinds of addictions, alcohol, drugs. These are all distortions of the center where we're trying to find pleasure in something other than our native inborn energetic joy. So we build up this center, heal these wounds, and those addictions fall away. Notice that is not an approach of using willpower. You can certainly supplement with willpower. That's our third chakra. But just if you have those addictions and you want to get rid of them, just start doing these breathing practices for your second chakra. And it's beyond the scope of this class for me to teach sound practices. But of course, if you've been going to IMU or something like that, been learning the sounds through the courses they've taught, use those to heal this chakra also. So here we are. Notice how your locus of attention has lowered in your body. You notice that? Just sort of check to see, where am I right now? And there's a pull down in towards your second chakra because we've been doing this work for 20 minutes here. It may take a while to notice that, but very clear to me, and it'll become clear to you. So would it be okay with us, because we always want to take this out to our community, to our family, to our countries, to the world? Would it be okay with us if we greet the challenges, I'll just say America because I'm from America, if we greet the challenges of America with creativity, with life force, with joy, with just an intention? Compare taking it, greeting the challenges of America with our mind. Notice there, you'll notice that it's almost a sense of panic. Like the problems are so big, the divisions are so big, people are so divided, it's like hopeless. Is it okay with us if we move down into our second chakra and welcome? Here we'll just say the division in our country, and I know it's in almost every country in the world now. It's a worldwide phenomena, not just us here. Can we greet that division with joy, with creativity? Would it be okay with us if creative solutions arose to heal the division within our country, between the races, between the classes, between the political parties? And just check for a moment. When we're greeting it from our second chakra, do you get the sense that there is no solution, or is it there's definitely a possibility of a solution? I get, great optimism here from my second chakra. It's like, yeah, there's always a solution. There's always a way to see it, to shift perceptions. You may notice, because yesterday we did this from the root chakra, You may notice a difference in how you respond here. If you're responding from the root chakra versus the second sacral chakra. I know we've addressed these from the heart, which is a very loving place, a very powerful way to address them, but just notice the difference of how we address them based on what chakra we have enlivened. For me yesterday with root, it was like deep patience, almost like how would a rock notice all these problems in our culture, and almost unmoved by it and patient. And here there's this element of joy, of creativity, of adaptability, that all things are possible here. That's just me. And everyone will take their own time to where you can experience this. So just, could you allow yourself to be okay with wherever you are right now? Maybe you're just at the beginning stages of saying hello to your lower chakras. Mine for decades of spiritual practice. Of course, I was doing upward meditation. I would feel only darkness, and not in a negative sense, just as in opaque in my lower chakras. My upper chakras would be wide open, but I couldn't really access them. Just a few years of doing this with I Am Heart, and it really started to open up and awaken. Could you be kind to yourself and allow this awareness of your lower chakras to be an easy, smooth process where light fills your lower chakras wherever you are starting? Like I say, I was decades bypassing all this energy down here. Far more powerful to embrace it, I assure you. Far more fun. Our lives become richer. We're more powerful in a safe way. So that's just the exploration. Check to see if your own life, whatever challenges are there, might be assisted by addressing them with an energized sacral center. Would it be okay with you if you drew in all the resources you needed to resolve your family issues, your work issues, your home, your shelter issues, your car issues, your expressive issues? There's a big connection between this chakra and the fifth chakra, our speech, our expression in any form. When we enliven this, you will find your voice becomes magnetic. It takes a while. It really does. Could you just allow that blessing into your life? So with that, let's just pull our energy inside of us. Feel our body. Feel our feet on the ground. Just notice who we are. Again, check for that locus. Most of the time we feel like we are behind our eyeballs. You may notice your energy is much lower, your awareness is much lower in your body now. So wherever it is, it's perfect. And so just take your time. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you very much for joining in this meditation. As always, I know these are long classes. You're free to leave if this part, if you're tied up or something like that, or if this part just doesn't resonate with you. And now we move into a time where people can share their gains, or if there's something that got stirred up, you're feeling you didn't get it, or just fear up to this center, or if there's just anything in your life whatsoever where you would like to step up and work on it, that would be very appropriate. Bobby, I see you've raised your hand.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you so much, and everybody, for being here again today. The gain is being here. So I feel safety somewhere going deeper. I felt really blocked, but I just gave it love and approval, whatever my experience is going there. Kind of wanted it to be different, wanted to feel some more energy moving. I was able to follow the meditation and feel energy moving from the heart down and then through the swinging breath too. But when the energy would go down there, it was just kind of like dead zone. And that's just the way it is. And it has to be perfect because that's the way it is. But I just wanted to share that.
So good. So thank you very much. So everyone check to see if you had a similar experience, that of going down in there, it was a dead zone. Or where in your life do you experience a dead zone? Doesn't have to be this center. Just check it out. Just check it out. So Bobby.
Yeah.
When is the earliest time in your life where you felt dead?
I think like 4th or 5th grade or something. She comes up.
4th or 5th grade, good. And everyone else, go back to that time when you felt dead. Dead may be a very strong word, but you could use the word numb.
Mm-hmm.
When have you felt really numb? Just didn't want to interact, react, just wanted to withdraw and hide, so to speak. So go back to there you were in the 4th grade, something like that. And can you just pull up that experience?
Yes.
Yes. And what do we do here, Bobby? The reason why we go back low, I know you know this, but I'm saying this for everyone else, is that if you can find an early experience and soften it up and loosen it, the energy will start to flow in that, and then it will start unraveling through all the other experiences of deadness and numbness. Okay? Would that be okay with you if we looked into this experience?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you welcome up that feeling of deadness?
Yes.
Yes. And everyone else, welcome up your numbness or whatever. And do you like that feeling?
No.
No.
It just feels like a bunch of suppressed grief.
Yes. Good. So can you recognize that when you're in the 4th grade, that whatever happened to cause this, that suppressing that energy and stuffing it was the right response? The safe response.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do.
Right. You didn't know what to do. That was a safe response. Is it okay with you if you give that fourth grade girl some more safety?
Yes.
Could you allow her, just on the level of your intention, to be even more safe?
Yes.
And even more safe.
Yes.
So she's just like the rest of us. She wants safety. She wants love and approval, that sort of a thing. Could you give her a bath of love and approval?
Yes.
Just honor her, living in the world
Yes.
the best that she can.
Yes.
Who knows what happened here, right? Who knows what happened? I mean, you may have some ideas on the surface, but something got triggered. And the safest thing to do is to suppress the energy and sit quietly, to play dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it okay with you if you start to allow that energy to soften, to shift?
Yes.
Yes. So can you just welcome up that energy?
Yes.
Yes. And welcome up some more, all that suppressed grief or whatever it is.
Yes.
Let it come up some more.
Yes.
And does your heart judge this energy?
No.
No, it doesn't. Could you welcome it into your heart and let your heart transform it?
Yes.
Yes. And is there some divine quality of your heart that you would like to build and strengthen right now?
Trust.
Trust. Could you welcome that energy up and let
Yes.
it shift into trust?
Yes.
Yes. Can you trust that fourth grade aspect of yourself?
Yes.
Yes, you can, can't you? And
Yes.
so you have this energy that now can be transformed into, right?
Yes.
Could you welcome up that energy some more?
Yes.
And is it safe now that you've played with it a little bit and transformed it and see that it's not this terrible, terrible thing? It's just a bunch of energy. Is it safe for you to dive into that grief?
Yes.
So could you just allow yourself to move into it,
Yes.
move into it even more?
Yes.
Yes. You notice it starts to get easier to be in there?
Yes.
Yes. Is it okay for you to be totally safe inside of all this energy?
Yes.
Yes, it is, isn't it? That's really, really okay for you to be safe all the time, right?
Yes.
With whatever energy is around you. Yeah. So as you go deeper into this pool of energy that seems so dead, what do you find behind it or underneath it?
It's like this vitality of being connected to my atmosphere or nature.
Yes, beautiful,
Like
beautiful,
I see like roots and yeah.
good. Is it okay with you if you allow that to grow,
Yes.
expand? Yes, it
Yeah.
feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Is it okay
Mm.
if it fills up this whole dead space?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Is it okay if it's easy for this dead space to be transformed?
Yes.
Yes. And just let that be transformed. And can you notice? I mean, I see it and I hear it in your voice, the joy that's coming into you.
Yes.
Yes. So that's the natural energy of the center.
Wow.
Okay. Is it okay with you if you greet any distorted energy with this joy?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And who would you be with this center fully alive, fully awakened, richly engaged in your life.
Just the mother of the forest, man.
Wow. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Is it you? This is Queen Sequoia again, isn't it?
She's trying to come up.
She's trying to come up. Wow. She has a queen archetype, or in development, I would say, developing. Yes.
Young queen.
Young queen. Young queen. Wow.
That's so sweet. My 4-year-old I just saw her just running around, like, oh, it was so great.
Nice. Do you mean you yourself as a 4-year-old? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I think that's good.
That's awesome.
All right.
Not dead. No dead zone now, everybody. Thanks for going into your dead zone. Somebody else jump in. It's worth it.
All right. So Eileen, you have raised your hand. How nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you, Stephen and everybody. I just joined this morning because I've been away.
Welcome.
So there are a couple of things, and I was. It's about coming home into myself, like claiming that, because I've lost the home that I was living in because people were that I was renting from needed it back because they couldn't travel, and then I was away for the winter at a friend's place, and now I'm back in Cologne at my daughter's for a few days, which I have to find a home, and there are financial issues with that as well. And when I was working with that in myself, I realized when I was a child, I had a deep connection to the divine, to Christ. But I ended up betraying myself to stay safe.
Yes.
And I've been working with that. And it felt really wonderful to get that realization and to realize home is within. It's the I am.
Yes. Yes.
And so that just revealed itself in the last few days, and I feel that growing stronger. The other part is, I had a vision a number of years ago of the divine feminine in an androgynous face saying, "I am the new creation." And to me, that's what the time we're in now, of it revealing itself, of heaven being here. And I've done a bit of work with people, and they have found that really helpful, but it doesn't move into anything permanent when working with people. So it's bridging the home of the I am to the outside world, and it needs to happen soon.
So Eileen, can we work with that?
Yes, please.
So it sounds like you're trying to figure out how to bridge this gap and make it permanent.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to bring it to come into the world with, to find a home to live in and all of that. Yeah.
Would it be okay with you if you let go of trying to figure this out with your mind, allowed the deep wisdom of your heart to rise up and give you that answer?
Yes.
Yes. Could you let go some more of trying to figure this out with your mind?
Yes.
And even still more.
Yes.
Can you see how unfair it is of you to your mind to get to solve that problem?
Yes, because it doesn't work in that way. Nothing happens.
Doesn't happen. Good. So could you give your mind some love and approval?
Yes.
And could you ask your mind for forgiveness for putting it in that position?
Yes.
Yes. Could you love your mind some more?
Yes.
Yes. And is it okay with you when you're looking at this problem of how to solve this, that, well, let's just ask it this way. Are you disapproving of yourself for not having solved the problem yet?
Mhm.
Or not? It's any answer is okay. I'm just
Yeah.
checking.
No, I feel like I feel more frustrated.
Good. Let's go for frustration then. So that frustrated feeling, could you welcome that frustrated feeling up?
Yes.
Could you greet that with love?
Yes.
Just be with it. Allow it to be there. And is it your heart that's frustrated or is it your mind?
Oh, the mind.
Mind, yes. So again, this is the mind under a burden, right?
Yeah.
But could you just let go of that frustrated feeling? You've heard it, the message has been delivered, and now it's okay to be at peace. Okay? So
Mhm.
imagine for a minute, we'll just squeeze the lemon here a little bit. Imagine for a minute that you've been given this vision of this integration that has to happen for the divine feminine to step forward into the new realm that we're moving into. Imagine that you have that clear vision and you never, never, ever, ever figure out how to implement it. How does that feel to you?
Oh, it sucks. Yeah,
Right, right. So that sucky feeling, can you welcome that up? Is that feeling helping you to find a solution?
No.
It's not. So
Well, the
could you?
mind comes right in again and says, "You got to be kidding."
Yes. So could you welcome up that sucky feeling
Mhm.
and allow it to be there? Okay.
Mhm.
We don't want to be separate from anything here.
No.
All right. Just allow it to be there. And would it be okay with you to honor and love and be with that feeling? Allow it to be there and still for you to be at peace.
Yes, because I feel the part of me, the witness is watching. There's a part that's always watching everything.
So that part that's always watching, and here's where we want to be very clear. It's not the mind that watches, it's the heart or beingness, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. Was it okay with you if this heart or beingness sits there and watches all of this going on, and that experience is so dominant that no matter what goes on, you're in peace? Would that
Yeah.
be?
I really feel it's a deep choice of the heart to say yes to that and
Yes.
sit there.
Could you say yes to that choice again?
Yes.
It's okay for you to sit deeply in your heart, knowing that on the surface, all these things will be going on, and yet in your heart, there's absolute peace. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
Good. And let's go to the other side here on the squeezing the lemon. So imagine that you've got this vision and you need to, you want to know how to solve it and you see a way and you get it. And suddenly you are there with a really great way, a profound, deep way to help integrate these values in the world. How does that feel to you?
Very expansive.
Very expansive. Good. Now, here's where we'll stir the pot a little bit. Suddenly, everyone wants all your time and your attention because they want what you have. You okay with that?
Yeah, I can say no to it. I can, yeah.
Good. So just so you can be at peace with it,
Hmm.
any other problems that might come up for you with stepping into that role because this has been all revealed to you, and I mean, any sense of not having the skills to do it or anything like that? Are you good enough? Are you worthy?
Yeah, it feels really, it feels like the I am doing
Perfect.
the I am.
Perfect. So good. So now let's come back to the middle. You can be at peace if this clarity comes to you, you can be at peace if it doesn't ever come to you. Is it okay with you that you sit here in the middle in this place of peace and allow the heart and all of creation to move forward of its own accord?
Well, it feels like that's the only thing that's going to work.
It's the only thing that's
Because
going to
trying
work.
to do anything isn't working.
Right. So could you let go of this sense that it has to be you to find the solution?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the piece I keep thinking.
Yeah.
I can feel when I go into effort, and I know that's
right.
Yeah.
Right. So good. So that's the job here. So could you allow yourself to make that decision now? It's okay to surrender to the wisdom of your heart and the wisdom of creation. And let it show up as it shows up. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, except I'd like it to show up.
Yes. Oh, there's that wanting here.
Yeah.
Okay. So could you, instead of that wanting, that sort of impatience, is that making it show up any faster?
No, but you know what happens, Stephen? Then the mind comes in and says, you have another week to find a place and money and all that stuff. Like
We'll worry about that one later. Okay. But right now, the mind comes in and says, I want a solution right now, right?
Yeah, it goes into panic. That's the survival piece.
Well, so we're not talking about the housing yet. We're talking about this teaching.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Okay. So I just want to get really clear.
The mind doesn't care about the teaching. It's worried about the housing.
Okay, good. So right now, it's okay for you that you realize and you own that it's not about you finding a solution. It's about you being allowing and receiving it when it does show up.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the bottom line.
Bottom line, good. So let's go on to the other topic here, the housing, right? And the panic mode. So imagine never, ever, ever finding a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you end up house sitting, you end up camping out in your car, whatever it is, you wear out your welcome here and there. What energy does that bring up?
Oh, it's survival.
Survival. So could you welcome up that energy and greet it with your heart? And everyone else who's afraid of running out of money in your life, afraid of not having a place to live, this is the time for you to pull that energy up yourself. So Eileen, can you pull that energy up, greet it with your heart? Does all that panic energy help you to find a house?
No.
No. And would it be okay with you, because we just went down into our second chakra, if you move into your second chakra and magnetize the house, the right living place to come to you?
Yeah, and the finances too, right?
And the finances.
Yeah, everything.
All the resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean you don't do anything, by the way. It means before you do it, you let go of all the energy that's in the way and you move into that place where you can magnetize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I have been out looking and taking action and nothing.
Good. It's okay. It's okay. So all that frustration, nothing's showing up. Can you feel that frustration?
Yes.
You greet that with your heart.
Yes.
Yes. And be with it some more.
I'm just, I've hit this before, but it came in. It's like, can you really believe that it can just happen? It's the deep belief.
Right. So welcome up that disbelief.
Disbelief, yeah.
It's really, so it's not, there's no trust here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where we want to just welcome up that energy, that negative energy, that wound, so to speak, that pool of energy. Could you welcome that up?
Yeah.
Could you hear the voice of that lacking trust? There's a part
Yeah.
of you that there's a reason that energy is there.
Yeah.
Things haven't worked out always the way you wanted them to, right? It's
Yeah.
true for all of us. We all have it. Can you honor that energy as having its own intelligence based on your experience in life?
Yeah. I think it's a fear of power.
Yes. Wow. Wow. So let's go there for a minute,
Of the
okay? Because
self.
it's
Yeah.
a deeper level. So imagine that you let go of all this disbelief. You move into this powerful magnetic place where you can create anything by your intention.
Yeah.
So how does that feel? Is that scary or is that safe?
No, it starts to feel safe. And it started when you were doing the meditation, the I am
Yes.
just felt, it just felt the I am.
Yes. So can you allow yourself to be very, very powerful?
Yes.
Can you allow that even more
Yes.
and even still more?
Yes.
And do you doubt that that's going to happen?
As long as I don't think. Yeah.
It'll happen if you don't think. So,
Yeah, it just feels like when I'm in there, I can feel the power and the strength.
so imagine for a moment here that you spend half hour to hour a day going deep within yourself where you feel all that power and it becomes habituated within you. How does that feel?
It feels good because it feels like it's going to take care of everything.
Yes. So you just want to be in that space. And if the doubt comes up, the thinking comes up, is it okay with you if you view that as part of the process of your becoming more powerful?
Yes.
Yes. It just says there's more energy to release, to heal, to transform before the true power really steps in fully. You see that?
Yes.
Part of the process. This is your body's intelligence telling you, oh, you want to be powerful? Good, we have more to work with here to allow that power to come forth.
Yeah,
Okay?
because it feels like it has to be so solid that nothing from the outside shakes it, bothers it.
Exactly right. So,
Hmm.
can you be grateful for your mind that brings up this energy that needs to be healed?
Yes.
Yes. Can you allow your mind to be a valuable and trusted partner here?
Yes.
Yes. It's a great ally. We
Yes.
tend to malign it, but the truth is that it's a great ally.
Yeah.
So your homework is to do this every morning, get to this place of power, even, just keep working with it, working with it, working with it. And I would do that second chakra, okay? But do the heart first, always. This will be up, we'll get this recorded, you can go back to it if you want to. And take all this as an extraordinary exploration and journey into your power as a divine feminine.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And once you've done that and stepped into that power as a divine feminine, will you not have found the route that you've been looking for?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This is the soul.
Right. So
Yeah.
really what's going on with this housing is that it's here to teach you how to become fully empowered divine feminine.
Yes.
You get that, don't you?
I do. Yes. And I was wondering if I could, talk to you after about a bit more of this because, yeah, I'd appreciate that if that's possible.
I can't do that today,
No.
but pick up another day here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, or it gets so tight. But
Is available?
I'm sorry.
Are all these recordings available,
Yes,
Stephen? Like the one from the root chakra yesterday and so on?
yes. So they're on my website, healingtheheartofamerica.org.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's a tab that says meditation archive. So just go there. Okay? So this is the job, and you want to be welcoming and happy when the disbelief comes up. Oh, here's a little bit more.
Yes.
Greet it, all the while holding on to this vision of you stepping into the divine, empowered feminine. More so than, how do I get this to the world? You get it to yourself first, and then it'll spontaneously spread to the world. Okay?
That was the energy that was in the back, when you asked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we're good here. Yeah, thank you very much. We're at our closing time. Michael, can we do this tomorrow? I can't do it today. Late. All right?
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's just my days start to run on, and normally I just like to do as long as people have interest. Hi, Ann. Same to you.
Can I share a game real quick?
Okay, sure.
It has to do with Ellen. When I was young, I was hungry all the time because my mom didn't know how to feed us. She just didn't feed us. And one day I picked up something off the ground because I was so hungry. I was just a toddler and I went to eat it. And I heard very clearly, you can't do that anymore. You're getting too old. And I said, okay. And then from time to time, that voice would come in and talk to me, when I needed it, when I was really, because there was nothing. I mean, I had nothing. And so during the meditation, I welcomed it in. Thank you, Stephen. And it was the divine feminine.
Nice.
And I felt it, and I felt her integrate the divine feminine. And it's always present. We just have to invite it in. Nice. So that's my game during this call. So thank you, Stephen. It's been there all along. We just have to invite it in, each one of us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Blessings to us all. Thank you all for being here. And Michael, we'll put you first tomorrow, if that's okay.
It's fine, honestly.
Okay. I just don't want you to feel. I don't want you to feel left out and abandoned. I can't do it today. I can't go run over.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
All right. Much love to you all.
You.
Bye, guys.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.